Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. On today's daily, which is Tents and Trees, we got December 7th here, so let's get into this guy. Let's get our free coins and let's jump into these puzzles. Let's start here, like kind of what we normally do, the smaller of the two of these guys, and then we'll cut back and come back over. So let's just jump into these guys. Alrighty, how's everybody's Sunday? If you're watching this on Sunday, this is when I'm recording it, going. Things are decent around here, I guess I can say. Just looking forward to a nice football day, or American football day for some of y'all. I know it's obviously said differently elsewhere. Let's see, let's get these guys in here. Big rivalry game today, that's why I'm excited. Anyway, let's see, what else do we have? You are given. That's going to force you here. Only one of those two is going to be in. One of these two has to be in. It's you. So there we go. That's going to set all these guys off. And you. Cool. Just had to concentrate for half a second. Cool. We'll move on to the next one and just dive right into it. So let's get rid of all this stuff. Looks like we got to do some cleanup here to see what we've got. Now we're using that, we can see this 3 is wide open for us. So let's put those guys in. And we'll run from there. So what did that tell us? Or do we just need to do a little bit more cleanup maybe? Because I don't see anything where we have a given just yet. 1, 2, you two can't be in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You two can't be in. You can't be in either. Didn't notice him sitting there. And the 2, there it is. Knew I'd find one eventually. You guys can all go away. One of you two is in, so you're out. This 2 is now good to go, which should pare down this 3 to where we can put those guys in. Now you are there, you have to be here, which means you, and you. So it's going to get rid of you, put you guys in. You have to be in for here. You're never a possibility. You are in. It's going to give us you. You're all done, which should set all of these guys off, and it does. Good. First little warm-up pack done and dusted. Let's move on to the second one. The 16 by 16 and 17 by 17. All right, let's be a little more selective here. Let's start with our 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll get rid of anything that removes multiple options. And then, of course, clean up anything that just can't be in anyway. Then we'll see if that tells us anything. You're a corner. You guys are all just out. Do a little bit of cleanup in this area alone, just to see if we can find something here for us. And I don't actually see anything there. Okay, let's maybe think about this 5. Do we have enough reduction? Doesn't look like we do. No, way too much going on. Okay, let's start cleaning up these guys then. And see if we can find something to work with. We got a ton of stuff we can get rid of here. All right, let's just blow through all this stuff. And that should do enough cleanup where we can start to look down the lines and see what we have to do. Probably already have something we can see, but we're here, we might as well take care of it, right? All right, now let's focus. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get rid of you two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get rid of you guys, which I think is going to give us this one. Yeah, it does. Also, these guys can go away. Good. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite there. Not on you either. Do we clear anything up on these guys? I don't think we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't be in. You're still sitting there like you were before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these guys can go away. And there's going to be a negative in here somewhere as well. Probably just have to find that one or just keep moving through these guys to see what the lines are. 5, not you, not you, not you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can do some more work down here. Did that tell us anything? Yes, because you and you now have to be in. You also have to be in, which is going to force you. You can't ever be in, so you two guys will be, which pushes you there. One of these two will be in, so you're out as well. I just noticed that. You can't ever be in, so you two are, which forces you two. Okay, that didn't quite correlate, but this 2 is now done, so we can jump onto it for a second. This 4 is almost done. That finishes this 1 here, and this 3. And we know one of those is in, so this 2 has to finalize. This 4 is actually done too, which is going to finish that 2 and probably give us this 2. Yeah, it did, which might tell us about this 3 a little bit. Well, we know you can't be in because of what's going on here. That 4 is done. Let's go down to there now. That forces these guys to be working the way they need to be. So those are all done down there now. Good. This is the last 2. This is the last 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know that there's anything there we can currently do. We're still sitting there. What if this 4? No, there's 2 options there. This 4 we can do a little bit with. We have 1. We have only 3 possible options left, so anything that removes multiples has to go. 3's not quite there. 2's not quite there. 5's not quite there. 3's not quite there. 6, that's not working. 2's not quite there. Those not there. Those not. Well, this one is. We can get rid of you, but that's about it. Okay, let's shift gears maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can get rid of these guys because we can only have one of those 2. One of those 2. You possible. Didn't feel like that opened anything up for us right there. But you can't be in because of what's going on here. That's going to give us something on this 3, which hopefully we can put into a run, which we can. Perfect. That's going to set off a number of things. You. 1, 2, 4. Now we just one of those 2. 5 is done. 3 is done. But those are 4 here is done. 4 here is done. 4 here is done. 3 is out. 2 is done. This 3 is done. Both of these guys have to be in, so let's get rid of all you, and you. Perfect. All right, into the next level. I think it was a 17 by 17 or something along those lines, if I remember correctly. Let's go in this corner, because I noticed you are a given right away. I'm going to set a few things off. Let's start thinking about this 5 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not the greatest, but there's a little bit there. You're a corner. You guys can just be cleaned up. We might as well do a little bit of work down here. See if we can pull anything out of that. I don't think we can. Maybe we need to switch gears and look at this 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, let's do a little bit of cleanup here, and I guess we'll come back to some of these other larger ones, because again, there's a ton of stuff we can just get rid of, so we might as well just do that, not you. Because then we can come back in and really look at what we've got and what we don't. All of this stuff gets out of here. Oh, there's a bunch of it. I'll just pick through it. You're a corner, so get out of here. You can't be. I think that's most of it. There's probably a couple little things still here, but let's go into this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're still at that 7. That's fine. Let's see if any of these verticals will help us. 6, not really there. 6, you can't be in because you'd break this guy. Nothing on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't be in because you'd break. You and you can't be in. You and you can't be in either because you've removed those, so we don't have 3 options left over. I did a little bit of cleanup in here. I don't know if it's enough to get us rolling yet, though. 4, 5, 6, 7. No. The 4, there it is. We started on the wrong side, apparently, because all these guys could have been given. One of those 2, so that's out. Okay, that helped with the cleanup then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so we can say you are in. And then each of these sets is going to have 1. And did that corner? Did that tell us what we can put into some of this stuff? And I don't know if the answer to that is apparent just yet, so we might have to correlate back again because we removed a lot of stuff here on the top. Or we go to this 3. These two both have to be in. That's going to set you off and you off. Now you have to be in. And again, one of these two will finalize the 5. You're there, you're there. One of those two, you have to be in. And you're there. We don't quite know how you are working. You're out, so you're in. That will finish our 5 off because it finishes the 2. Good. Now let's try to correlate back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you guys. You can't be in. Let's do that first. And... no? Okay, let's go back up and down because again, we've removed a lot of stuff from the top here, so there might be something we can work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4... 3, 4, 5, 6, not really. This can't be in. Never could have been anyway, but I just realized that. No, not you. Let's go to this 4. Yeah, we can do this 4 as well. These two have to be in, and so does this one. That's going to push you to be in. You're there, you're there, you're there, you're there, so you have to be in. That's a corner spot. The 1 is done. Is that going to give us enough on this 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does. So let's put them in. Okay. And you can't ever be in because you'd block off both of these. So both of these then now are in. So that finishes our 5. The 1 and the 4 are done. These guys are done. The 2 is done. So let's click him and see what that does for us. The 1 we can't quite decipher yet. So we can't go anything there either. Probably going to have to cut across, like you can't ever be in. Yep, so you have to be, which means you two have to be, which means you are. That's going to finish this 2. This 2 is done. Okay, let's see what that gave us. You have to be in, so you, and you are all in. And so are you two. Good, what did that clean up? Everything on this side is done, so we need to figure out how to get into this grouping. Alrighty, let's maybe think about our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's the one we needed. You can't be in, so this 1 is going to finalize. We're just going to finish that 1 off. You have to be in for here. You're there, you're there, you're done. One of those two will be in. And that means this one has to be in, which finishes the 3, which is going to finish our 4. Okay, keep looking back to make sure we're not missing anything that's a given. You guys, anything going on down here we can work with? 1, 2, 3. This guy can't be in because it break the 4. Oh, this 4 is just set to go, or for most of it is. One of those two will be the last one. You are the last bit of this 4, so that's going to set that off. And you're there, you're there, you're there, you're there, so you're out and you're in. This 3, 5, and 2 are all done, so we should be able to just plop the rest of these in. That one there forces you out, puts you in, and puts you in. There we go. Alrighty, that pack is done. Let's move along. And, okay, we did those 2. The no grass, no mow ones are pretty big, so we may or may not jump in them. I might do one of each of the sets. We'll see. Let's see what we want to do here. Do we start on the right side, the left side? The left side has a ton of stuff that can just go away. Let's start over there and see if we get... Now, obviously, you don't have a ton of clues, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're out. You guys are all out. Maybe we should have just looked at one of these numbers here. That 5's not telling us. What about this 4, maybe? Yeah, the 4 was the place to look. So all of these guys have to be in. You are out. You're there, so you're out and you're in. So these guys are all out. Let's go down to this side now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of all that stuff. You are in. One of those two, so you're out. Okay. Now let's go in and do some more cleanup. And then we'll take another look. Get rid of all of this stuff. You go away. I think that's it for now. So let's maybe start to correlate back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't be in. Neither can either of you two. That guy's not good. You guys over here, anything we can work out? Don't think so. No, you're still waiting for something, aren't you? You can't, nope, not you. You can't ever be in, so that forces you to finalize. You are a corner piece now. This 4, we can put some information in. So let's do it. That forces the 2 and finishes the 4. Good. You're there, you're there, you're there, you're there. So you're out. This is going to finish this 4 now. So get rid of all this stuff. That's going to set off a little bit of a wave over here, it looks like, because you have to be in. You and you. One of those 2 will be in, so you're out, which forces you. Corner. Good. 1, 2, 3, no. The 3 is done, so let's click you and get some more stuff going. And you can't be in, so let's get you to you. You have to be in. And we're going to have to get to one of these last couple of clues here. Yeah, the 5 is going to help us out. That's there, that's there. That should set off a little wave over here. You can't ever be in, so both of you are. Forces you in and says the 3 has to finish. Perfect. All right, next level, here we come. All right. Again, this left side is a lot of clearance that can be done, but let's start on this 5 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's the one to do it. So let's get rid of these guys, and we'll do a little cleanup as we go as well, if we see it while we're moving. All of this stuff can go. Now, what does that do here? You're a corner you can't ever be in. You guys are all out anyway. What else we got? You're out, so this has to be the last bit for the 5, which means you're out. We might want to cut over to this 4. No, not you just yet. That's a corner. Let's do a little bit more cleaning. Corner, corner. Oop, not you. Get rid of all this stuff. All right, you here are left alone. Yes, so you're in. You can't be in, so both of you are. That's going to force these 2. You're out of here. Still not quite enough going on with these guys here, I don't think. We might have to cross over. So we can do some cleanup over here so that we can see what we've got. That looks like it's everything at the moment. Okay, let's try some crossovers here. You 2 can't be in. Okay, this is only one of these 2 can be in, so therefore these 2 have to be in for the 4. It's going to get rid of all of these guys. The 3 now says you 2 can't be in. You. Did that tell us anything that's going on here? Let's try to see what these are going for. You're there, you're there, you're there. You have to take on you. You have to take on, yeah, that does. It pushes you here, which pushes you, which starts off a chain reaction over here. That's a corner. The 4 is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not you yet. Not you yet. 1, 2. Well, 1. Only one of those could possibly be in. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I like you as much either. Let's go to this 3 now. It's set up to roll. That's going to put you there. You can't ever be in, so you have to be. It's going to give us this 2. Good. And this has to be the last 4. The 3 is done. This has to be the last 3 there, so that gets rid of you guys. You can't be in, and you have to be in. And we're going to get one of these guys to pop here in a second. Which one is it going to be? The 1. There. That's going to get you taken care of. It's going to force you to go. And I think that gave us enough for one of these 2. Yeah, the 4. We can put you here, get rid of these 2. It's going to force you to be in. Now you can't ever be in, so you are all in, which forces you to be. The 2 finalizes, pushes you. This has to be the last 4, and this has to be the last 3. All right, pack completed. I think we should be in, are we into the no grass ones? We are. Yeah, so there's a 6x6 and a 10x10, and we have a 6x6 and a 12x12. I don't think that 12x12 is going to happen. So let's start on the 6x6, and then if we get that one done, we'll go into the 10x10. If we struggle on the 10x10, we'll just leave it there. And if we get through the 10 by 10, we'll probably just leave it there too. So let's try the 6 by 6. Okay, one of these two, so both of these have to be in. That forces you to be the final one. This 3 has 1, 2, 3 options left over. You have to go here, you have to go here. Simple enough on that one. Cross our fingers for the 10 by 10. Okay, we have some 4s, that's a good thing. You have to be in, and then, we've got some options that could work, but you also have to be in because we've removed the option there. One of those two will be in for you. I don't know if we can do that. Let's try to find something else we can work with. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. And again, I don't think we can correlate which one of these two this tent is going for at the moment. You are there though, and you are there. And we know one of you two has to be in for you. Whether or not that really helps us, I don't quite know. Is there anything more on this 4 now? Because we have 2 of them. We could have one here in either of those two. I guess that means both of these are out, but I don't know if that tells us too much either. Because it could be either of those and you, or it could be both of you and something else. Okay, let's try to find something else maybe. Is there anything that's obvious here that I just haven't looked at quite yet? Let's go to the 2. There's only 2 options left. It's you and you. Good. That should tell us a little bit something about this 2 now, because we said one of you. Oh no, that was this guy. Wasn't it? Maybe I just read that wrong. Oh yeah, no I didn't, because that was a 0, so that could have never been in, and that one couldn't either. I guess it was one of these 2 and you, and no, I think I said that incorrectly. Anywho, that's all in. What about the 3 then? 2, 3, 4 options, so anything hitting both of them is out. So you are out and you are out. So one of these 2, well, at least one of those 2 will be, and it could be both of them. Does that tell us anything else, though? You're out, you're out. I guess that does give us... No, it just means one of these 2 is in. And I guess what it does tell us, though, that if it's only one of those 2, it means that these guys, whichever one it is, goes to this one in particular. And I guess we also know that one of these goes to this guy in particular, which means you can't be taken by either of these. So you go here, which means you go here. And then now we know that you have to be here. I think I did that right. Hopefully I did. Now we know one of these 2 is going to be the last on this 4. I don't know which one it is just yet. All right, let's keep rolling. We know you can't be in because we said one of those 2 has to be. So you're out, you're out. One of these goes to you, so the only position you have left is here. That means those 2 are out, so you have to go there. That means you, and you are all out, so are you. So it's one of these 2 for you, and it can't be this one because we said one of those 2, so you're there. That's going to push you to take on this guy and you to take on this guy. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit of work done. Now we can go back to this 2. What about this 2? Because you're out, you're out. One of those 2 is going to be in for it. Is that helpful? This 2 is completely done, so only one of you 2 could be in. And we know this guy can never be in because it would block this guy, right? So that means this one just has... Oh no, that could be... Yeah, this one can never be in because it would be taking up every possibility for all of these guys. So that means you and you have to be in. Okay. Now that means you can put you here. That's going to tell us these guys are both out. One of you 2 will be in. And I think the 1 here is just done at this point. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's going to tell us that one. Now we have to finish the 2. I think the only thing left is that guy. Okay, good. We got through it. Okay. So I think we're at a good time there. We got through that one. I feel good about that. I don't want to push it. So we're not going to try these guys. I might do it off screen just to try and let me know if you try those two as well. But I think we're at a good time here. So I don't want to push it too far and just have that thing go crazy. So anyway, we got through everything that we tried. So we did pretty good there. But that again, that was December 7th's Tents and Trees. Hope y'all enjoyed that one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.